Hi. Oh, Jen, welcome back to the United States. And hi, Lauren. How are you guys doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Your hair looks really pretty.
Thanks. I just did one of those like upside down flips before I got on camera. My mom would be like so proud of my volume. She loves big hair. So about the 80s.
Well, it is very voluminous.
Thank you. And I'm so excited about like how much your team's growing. You've been back in the US like a day and your team's growing and like you're adding coaches, they're adding coaches. It's really exciting.
I'm really excited.
How is Honey Bear like his classes? How's his first day of school?
I think his first day was good. I don't know. I haven't really talked to him because he's not home, which is probably good because I just distract him.
Like, tell me everything. Did you make friends?
I know. He's like, I know a lot of new people.
Yeah. It's so fun. Lauren, Jen's husband is
right now. He's already at library, so it's gonna be a good semester.
Oh, good. That's good. Okay, so we'll just wait a couple more minutes because I know Kim's gonna hop on in just a second. She's just putting her daughter to sleep, and then she's gonna share her screen and kind of go through the My Challenge Tracker app, and then we can answer any questions. And then after that, I'm going to follow up with some like tips on how to run an effective challenge group, like including the inviting process, and then actually running an effective challenge group, and then the follow-up process afterwards. And those principles apply. They're relevant whether you're in your My Challenge Tracker app or in your Facebook group. So I think that it'll be helpful for everyone.
Sounds good.
Good. And so, Jen, did you decide, are you guys running a group on Facebook that's also that the prep week is starting next week? Is that what you guys are doing?
Yeah, Nat and I talked about it today because I made the mistake because I was really confused since I was overseas and only reading half of the conversations that were being talked about.
Yeah,
And I was only half reading the half readings. So, a lot of girls haven't gotten people for the health vet because they'd initially advertised to do the prep week on the 6th. So they're doing the prep week starting the 6th, the day after Labor Day, because there are barbecues and stuff and whatever. And then that challenge group will start the 12th.
Okay.
So I figure the last day is the day for the health vet. I'll do one more post maybe tomorrow about it, and then, start promoting for the challenge group.
Okay.
Maybe we'll just start a week late. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe I could team up with you because your challenge group is starting later, right?
Yes, I would love that. So
that might be better for me because I don't want to look like I'm promoting 24/7.
Hi, Nat.
Hey.
Hello. So I decided, normally I do the same where I have my prep week, like it would start normally next week, and then our group would start on September 12th. I'm doing it a little differently this month because of the health vet and because of the same thing about like promoting for two groups kind of at the same time. So my prep week is starting September 12th, if that makes sense. So like I'm, talking about the health vet this week, and then it gives me like another like week to start talking about the next group, and really 2 weeks, because even if they jump in during the prep week, it's not a big deal, but just to try to give me a little bit more breathing room because I'm, promoting so many groups. And then probably in October, I'll go back to like the normal schedule where I, do the same thing you guys are doing, where I have the prep week start the beginning of the month. But
what's your October group? It's like pumpkin spice and everything nice. Is that what you said?
Okay. Well, I've had a change of mindset. Okay, so originally it was going to be pumpkin spice and squat so nice. So maybe that could still be November. But I'm thinking what I did last year, I almost forgot, was get lean for Halloween.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, and so I think I want to do that one for October. And then maybe for November, do pumpkin spice and squat so nice. And then I can set like a thankfulness challenge in the group, but maybe just not have thankfulness or something like gratitude in the name because it's like Thanksgiving month. So I just love challenge groups. It's my favorite part of like, of being a beachbody coach. I just love them. So like so many names, not enough months in a year.
I think one of my favorites was April Flowers and Sweat Showers.
Oh yeah, that was yeah.
That's cute.
But it was like people loved that group. That's really where our business started to boom, right, Jen? It was that month marketplace. Hi, Tara. How are you? No. Hello. Hi. Waiting. Hi. So what we're doing, we're just waiting. Kim, well, maybe I guess I could go first. So what we were going to do is have Kim was going to share her screen and then go over a like a demo of how to set up a new group in the My Challenge Tracker app, and we can answer questions about that just because we're all going to be doing that for the health bet next month or next week. And then what I'm going to do after is I am going to share some tips and best practices on how to run an effective and engaging challenge group, because the principles are relevant whether you are running a My Challenge Tracker app group or a Facebook group. And I'm going to be talking about inviting to the group and then also posting in the group and then also follow up. But maybe I should just go first just because we do want to continue to respect everyone's time, and our goal is to really end by 8:45 every night. So why don't I just go first and then we can go into the My Challenge Tracker app. So the kind of theme for my part of the talk today, what I really want to talk about is adding value. I think that that's something that as coaches is really kind of like needs to be our mission and our foundation for pretty much everything we do as coaches, whether that's, you know, talking to our challengers, that applies to our Facebook posts, and that also applies to us as being leaders on our own team of coaches. And just like us adding value to people through our mission as coaches and through our purpose as coaches. And so with that in mind, I wanted to talk about when you are inviting, because part of having an effective challenge group. Oh, hi, Kim. Hi. Hi. So what I was just going into my part first, and then we'll finish up with yours just so we can end by 8:45.
Okay.
So we're just talking about like adding value through the whole challenge group process. And so starting with adding value when you are inviting people to the group. And I wanted to share something that's been really effective for me this month that's been a little different in how I've approached inviting people to the group. I know I've talked to a couple of you about this individually, but something that's really helped me, number one, we talk a lot about having lists. You need some way to be tracking who you're talking to, whether you are a pen to paper person like I am, even though I wish I was more of an electronic person because it would be easier to find names when I'm looking for them, or you have an Excel spreadsheet, whatever it is for you, you need to be tracking people. Write their names down so you don't forget that you want to reach out to them or that you have reached out to them. And something that I've done this month that's been a little bit different is if you aren't already using the voice memo option on Facebook Messenger, I highly recommend that you jump on this bandwagon. It just adds a level of a personal element and a genuine element that I think kind of cuts through some of the concern or the guards that people put up when we initially send them a message, right? Like if we're inviting them to a challenge group, just in words, sometimes people can put their guards up and feel like we're being salesy, even if that's not our intent, which it never really is. But what I have found is doing the voice memo option. And I've kind of like, this month I've been a lot more direct with people. I do still send the birthday messages. I do still send personal messages. But something that I've also started doing is really sending direct voice memos. And what I've done is I will go to their Facebook page and I will just check out what they've been doing. I will hop on the voice memo for Facebook Messenger. And remember, you have a minute time limit. And I know that it's hard. When I first started doing this, I was sending several voice memos over Facebook Messenger. And I know a couple of us have talked about how we were just doing that today. And if you're friends with the person, by all means, send a couple. But for these like initial voice memo invites where you're sending to people and you haven't really talked to them in a while, try to really stick to under 60 seconds, just because I think that can be a little overpowering to people if we, even though it's just our enthusiasm. I think if you haven't talked to them in a while and you send them more than one voice memo, it can kind of put them off a little bit. So what I do is I just look at their Facebook, I kind of check out what they've been doing, and then I just like send them a voice memo and I recognize something that they're currently doing. Whether it's a blog that they've been writing, I talk about their blog. Whether they just got married, whether they did just celebrate their birthday, I talk about something like, oh, I just saw on Facebook that you celebrated your birthday. It looked like you had so much fun. I've always wanted to try that restaurant. Something personal, something that I really do mean. Like, I don't just make stuff up, but just personal before I say, like, I've seen your Facebook. This is what I saw. This is what I think about it. I don't know. And then the transition is, I don't know if you've seen what I've been doing on Facebook, but I run online health and fitness accountability groups every month. Everyone in the group is doing a program I help them choose based on their fitness preferences and their goals. I provide meal plans and shopping lists. We encourage one another. We challenge one another. We share our victories. We share our struggles. It's an incredible, positive community, and I would absolutely love to have you in it. There's no pressure, but if you're interested, just let me know. I'd love to tell you more about it. Less than a minute, personal, direct. I'm very clear with why I'm reaching out to them, but I did add the personal element in the beginning. I added value to them before I asked them for something in return, right? I was just watching the movie Hitch this weekend, and I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's one scene where Will Smith, who plays this matchmaker Hitch, and he's talking about the first kiss, and he's talking to a guy, and he said that a girl, he made it, I don't know if this is statistic is true, but he said that like the vast majority of girls after their first kiss with a guy can tell if there's like a future with this guy, if there's not. And he said, the guy needs to come 90% and then allow the girl to come 10%. The guy does not go 100%, right? And I think that we can apply that principle to our Beachbody business when we're inviting people to join us in our challenge groups, or even inviting them to join our team as coaches. We go 90%, and then we stop and we allow them to step forward and accept our invitation. We don't push them against the wall. We don't make them feel trapped. We allow them to have an exit strategy if they need one. Josh Coates talks about something that he learns about from while being on the John Maxwell team. He said that something that they talk about is if you don't give people a way out, they'll look for one. So go 90%. Include in your voice memo, like no pressure, right? And some people aren't going to respond. But even if they don't respond, what this does is it plants a seed. They heard your voice. They heard your passion. They heard how genuine you were when you invited them. And just because they aren't ready, that doesn't mean it wasn't a valuable thing for you to do for your business, or even to just invite them, to get them to start thinking about this new way of life. So that's kind of my tip in terms of adding value and then the invite process. And then once you have people in your challenge group, oh, and then one more thing I wanted to know before that. A lot of times after you send people a message, one of the first things they're going to do is they're going to go to your Facebook page. If they haven't seen what you've been doing, they're going to go check out your Facebook page to see what you've been up to, especially because you talked about their Facebook and then you've made that transition of, I don't know if you've seen what I've been doing on Facebook, but I host these groups. They're going to come to your Facebook group or your Facebook. And I cannot stress enough the importance of you guys being consistent, of all of us being consistent in our posting on Facebook. They need to be able to scroll through your feed and know you are a coach, that you are a journey, and that they can join you on that journey. And so in terms of, as I said a couple minutes ago, where my whole theme for this part of our meeting is adding value, focus on adding value in your posts as well. Focus on before you post something on Facebook, think about why you're posting it. I know that Nat has some incredible posts. You can tell that she thinks about what she's writing. I know Jen's proud too. She thinks about what she's writing, what value she's adding before she shares it. I mean, if you guys need an example, go check out her page. Her posts are incredible.
Every post.
Every post. So just think about adding value when you're posting. Think about adding value when you're inviting people. And then when you're going into your challenge group, think about adding value in your group. I cannot tell you enough the importance of prioritizing your groups and taking them seriously. This is something that I'm so passionate about that I can feel my face getting a little hot as I'm moving into this part of our talk. Kim hears me talk about this all the time because I'm so serious about how important it is for you guys to take your group seriously. If you guys are on this call, you likely are the coaches who do take your group seriously, but hopefully This just reminds you and encourages you, and hopefully people watch the recording of this, and this just challenges and encourages them in this as well. But when people join your groups, it's so important for you to remember that that's just the starting line. The finish line is not, yes, we got them as a customer. That's just the starting line, and we have the privilege and the responsibility to follow through on our commitment to them. They took the leap of faith when they said yes to us. They went against all their objections that we talked them through. They went through against the social norms of how you're supposed to go to the gym for hours or do diet pills or do weird things to lose weight, right? And they trusted us, and now it's our privilege and responsibility to show up for them and to follow through. So in our groups, again, with the whole adding value, we can do this in a couple ways. One, we need to lead by example. We need to show up. We cannot fall off the face of the planet because our life gets busy, right? I mean, even Jen was in on a honeymoon for 3 weeks out of the country. She was present. She was present on her social media. She was checking in. She was sharing her journey. She was honest about, hey, I don't have Wi-Fi right now, but I did what I could. Hey, I'm enjoying my honeymoon, but I still feel great because, I'm healthy and I'm just I live a life of balance. I think it's so important for us to be honest in our groups. No one wants to follow us if we pretend to be perfect, so just be honest if you had an off day. Be honest if you had a hard day, if you're facing some of your struggles, if you gave into some of your temptations. I think that us opening the door to vulnerability, us being vulnerable first, allows other people to be vulnerable as well. I think us as the leaders of our groups really set the tone for our groups. It's our responsibility to create the community and the camaraderie in our groups. And we can do that in a couple ways. One, by leading by example. I think it's important to set expectations in your prep week before you really start, where you tell people, hey, we're going to post every day. We need you to check in. I need you to see your sweaty selfies, pictures of your food. I need to see your Shakeology. I need to hear about your journey. We are going to show up every day. And then we need to do that as well. Another thing we can do is we need to, I know this takes a lot of time, but we have to comment on every single person's post who checks into our group. A like isn't going to cut it, because if you're just liking their post, eventually they're just going to stop. But going back to we need to add value. We need to add value on every single person's post who takes the time to check into our group. We need to let them know that we see you. We need to answer their questions if they asked any. We need to provide suggestions if we see that they need some help. We need to pay attention to them to really show them that not only did we commit to them, that we continue to recommit to them every single day, and we're following through on our word. Because that's what it really comes down to. Us showing up in our groups, us continuing to support our people, is us following through on the promise that we made to them when we became their coach. Another thing that we need to do is, or that we can do is post your morning post before 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Use a scheduling tool if you can't do this manually. I just recommend that you use a scheduling tool anyway. But it's so important that people see this post before they get up for the day. I know for me, once I'm up, I'm getting ready for work, I'm on my way to work, I'm working out, then I'm showering, getting ready for work, I'm at work. I'm not in my challenge group throughout the day. And a lot of other people are like that as well. And so we want to add value to them first thing in the morning around the same time, so they know that post is going to be there. We have so many templates in the file section if you're best to use. Go use them. You don't have to recreate the wheel. We have incredible in there. So people have shared them. If you need other suggestions for templates, you can, Beachbody, there's someone's job at corporate to create templates for us. If you don't like the ones that we have, we don't take it personally. That's totally okay. But use a template. Post every day before 7 a.m. Check into your groups. Comment on your people's pages. Another thing that you can do is ask questions in there. Kim posts every once in a while in our Tribe Trifecta group. She's like, hey, share your non-skill victories. That's awesome. Let's celebrate every victory. Let's celebrate every success. I even celebrate birthdays in my groups. Again, just adding value, creating the camaraderie. We are in this together. We're so excited. We are part of this family, a part of this team. Another thing that you can do is do live videos. Check into your group with a live video every once in a while. They love to see your face. I love to see people's live videos. It just shows your personality. They feel like you're present with them for just 2 minutes. Another thing is don't give up on people even when they give up on themselves. So if you notice people who are not checking in anymore, reach out to them individually, whether with a voice memo or just a text Facebook group, just saying like, hey, just checking in, or a Facebook message, hey, just checking in on you. Are you okay? I hope everything's going well. Even if they don't respond, check in again the next week. Even if they don't respond, continue to check in, because again, we need the commitment to not quit on them. So even if they've quit on themselves, we need to not give up on them. And what will sometimes happen is, even though they don't say anything the whole time, I've had people who have thanked me for not giving up on them, even when they gave up on themselves, and then ask if they can join my next group. And I always say yes, of course. Like, I'm here for them, for their journey. It's just they joined and then they realized they actually weren't ready. Part of them hoped they were, but they weren't ready to go all in. And so when I first became a coach, sometimes I would just get annoyed by those people or frustrated by them. But what I've realized is sometimes they're just not ready, and it's my job and my, again, responsibility and privilege as their coach to not give up on them and to show up even when they don't show up. Also, make sure that you know, like, why people are in your group. That's really helpful. I was listening to some calls recently, and one of the things that I really want to start doing is during the prep week, reaching out to my challengers and really asking them more about their emotional why and more about their goals. Even like, what's your goal for this first week of the group? Is it to just like work out every day? Is it to like maybe try to lose 2 pounds? Is it to, like finish each workout? Whatever it is, because if we talk to them about their 1 week goal and then like their, 3 week goal if they're doing the 21-day fix, and then we ask them, okay, like what's your month goal? What's your 2-month goal, 90-day goal? Not only does it help them break it up and make it more manageable, because big goals are scary. Like, it's hard to imagine actually accomplishing them. But if we break it down for them, but then also know where they're going in the future, it helps us support them better. It helps us encourage them better. And it helps us create a longer journey for them where it's not just 1 month. We can say, hey, remember, your 90-day goal is this. That means, like, I want you to continue in these groups. I want to continue on this journey with you for those 90 days. So, like, let's just join my next group and let's keep going. So, again, that's not something I've been doing, but I heard another coach do it. Melanie Mitchell, who's the #1 coach, she was talking about it on something. And I really want to start doing that, because I think that, again, going back to, like, the adding value, I think that's another way that we can add value to our challengers. And then I was just going to note that, like, I know that it feels like this could be a lot of work, but, like, this is something that, again, that we signed up for. And it's actually, like, an honor and a blessing that these people trusted us and that we get to be this support system for these people. And so we don't underestimate the power of you showing up. Your presence, your encouragement, your support, you answering their questions is life-changing. It was life-changing for me when I joined these groups. And that's what I really feel like is the responsibility of these people are joining something that's life-changing for them. And we have the opportunity to, like, help them not give up on themselves even if they want to, and help them on their journey, run alongside them on their journey so that they can experience what we've experienced. And another benefit to running amazing challenge groups is you guys recruiting coaches, helping people get these transformation stories, and then helping them and encouraging them to pay it forward. So if you want to grow your team, one of the best things that you can do is run amazing, effective challenge groups and add so much value in there that they feel like they have so much to give because you've given them so much that they want to become coaches and give more. And then after your group is the follow up with people. Again, remind them of their goals if you've asked them. Ask them for feedback so you can continue to improve your groups. And then ask them what their goals are for the future. And then also ask every single person in your group if they've considered being a coach. You have no idea who is, like, interested in this opportunity, who's been thinking about it. The most unlikely person can be thinking about it, and you don't want to overlook them or miss out on them joining your team because you just didn't ask because you assumed. And that's it. That's all I wanted to share in my portion. I know that I talked for a while, but I just am so passionate about us running effective challenge groups, and I really wanted to share some tips with you guys on how we can add value in our groups, whether we're running them through the My Challenge Tracker app or whether we're running them through Facebook. And I'm going to turn it over to Kim, who's going to kind of give us a little tutorial on the My Challenge Tracker app. And then at the end, if you guys have any questions about groups or about the app, just write them down and we will make sure to answer them.
Yay, great
Yay.
job. I was trying to think of things. Every time I would think of something, you would say it before I even had a chance. So
Oh, because we're connected.
winning.
We're in the same
Okay,
group. Yeah.
so I'm going to share my screen. Okay, first, real quick, I find that the challenge group tracker is much easier to do on your computer to set up than it is on your phone. And I can show you on the phone, but really there's no point. If you're setting up a challenge group, I think you'll find that setting it up on your computer is way easier. Plus, I think you're going to find that this is my reality. I think I like the challenge group tracker more than I like Facebook, which is a little bit scary because I feel like I don't like to reinvent the wheel and I might be reinventing the wheel. So, okay, let me share my screen here. Okay, you guys see the login page?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's just pretend I had never signed up. I think it would just say like put in your coach ID and you would just put in your coach ID and away you go. So you sign in and basically this is the group I set up for my health bet that I'm currently still working on. Hang on, let me see if I can move you gals. There we go. Okay, so if you wanted to, we'll just go through setting up a new group. So I would say new group, and we'll just call it Health Bet Coach Practice. And it's going to start on the 5th, and it's going to go for 30 days. And it's going to be multi-program. But this is really cool because, let's say, for example, you end up with just one person who doesn't like Facebook, and they're just a Shakeology drinker, but you want to help them stay accountable. You could just do Shakeology only. Or if they're doing Insanity, then at least it will populate their schedule so you know what to keep them accountable to. So it's really cool. It's actually really cool for people who, and you would just name it, you could be Insanity with Sarah Williams or whatever. So we'll just say multi-program, and then this is where you would just, welcome to our 30-day health bet. Let's get inspired by one another and accomplish our goals while making some extra money. Okay? This might be a challenge because I don't know if I have. Let's see. I may just have to use something weird.
I love your Fall into Fitness graphic.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Yeah, can I have it for my Facebook group?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Actually, I'm loving my little fall ones. Okay, we'll just pretend this is it, okay? So no big deal. This is wide, so that's why it's setting that up. But you would just put it in there and you would hit save. And what I do is I just make them all in WordSwag in a square format because it likes square. And then you can just email it to or text it to yourself and then it'll show up in your iMessage and away you go. Okay, so we're going to create group. So if I had never logged in before, this would be where you'd put who you are. I put all my information in because I have no problem if anybody contacts me that way. And then this is where you would send out your invitations. So it's super, super simple. It's actually kind of crazy. So you would go in, I customized the email. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into, hold on, I just want you to see my groups. Okay, so we're just going to go into Fall into Fitness so I can show you. Okay, so when you go into invitations, you can customize your email. So I just said, Fall into Fitness, earn some money, super excited to kick off this group. We will start all together on the 5th. Make sure you get logged in and get familiar with the group. Okay, and then it's got all their information. And then I said you can email me or text me at blah, blah, blah. So then what I did is, well, I went through and invited whoever I knew was coming. You can add bulk emails. You can just add commas, or you can separate them by lines. And then you would just hit invite those participants. And then the cool part is you can see who. So I have heard that people are having a hard time, or that people aren't receiving the invitations. So this is kind of cool, because then you would know, you can go in and say like view sent messages. Oh no, I'm sorry, invitations. View. So I've sent, like, these 44 people have confirmed that they want in, but these 44 people haven't signed up. So they either haven't received it, or they haven't looked at it, or who knows what they're doing. But at least then I can send them. So yesterday I sent an email just saying, hey, I sent this to you just in case you didn't get it. You will need to download the app. And I sent them like a picture of what the app looks like in their, on their phone. And then away you go. So then you have all these people. But then what's cool is, as a participant, so like right here, these, like, green means that they've added their goals, and purple means they've added their before photos. So that's really cool in that sense. Plus, like, if you were just to log in, you would see, like, let's pretend that we kicked off the group already. You would see who had checked in. So it's kind of like a really cool function in the sense that you could be like, okay, it's day 1 and like 90 of you haven't checked in or whatever. And you could send them all a message. You could be like, here's, click, send message, like, why have none of you, checked in? You're losing your money already, or whatever. So it's just really simple. And then this is where, like, files, like, so these are all the meal plans. You do need them in PDF. So I just PDF'd mine, and away I went. I put in the body measurements printable. But the cool thing is they already have all that in here. So if you didn't even want to, I mean, you don't even need that really. And then here is the really fun part. So you basically just post just like any other post, right? So here's like my introduction post. Welcome to Fall Fitness and earn some money. Since we're all in a new fitness tracker, make sure you spend some time getting comfortable. And then people just check in. And it's just like normal, except the only difference, it's more like Twitter. When you need to tag someone, you at them. So like, these are all the people that have so far checked in. And it's like really super, super basic. So, and then here's the really cool part. So here's your scheduled posts. It's just like a buffer, but you do it all within the portal. So like, here's all my posts scheduled for the rest of the week. And away we go. So then you can schedule them just like you could in your other groups. And trying to think of, and you can partner up with somebody. So if you wanted to coach admin, like Sarah Esslinger is probably going to do this with me. So I would add her as a coach admin, and she then can also draft posts in this group, which is great. So then you guys, you can share the group just like you would if it was a Facebook group. And I wanted to show you one other thing. I'm trying to see if I can find it. I wonder if it's because I'm logged in as a coach. I can't change I wonder if someone logs in as a person. I wanted to see you set up like your, what's it called? Your measurements and your weight and all that, and add your photos. But I mean, it's really self-explanatory. Here's the cool thing. So if you're someone who doesn't really want to create guides, or you're like me and you're starting to realize that maybe there's not that much value in, I'm starting to think that people, when I'm posting at, before 7 a.m., I feel like whatever I'm saying is getting missed in the then whatever post for the rest of the day. So I had a conversation with another coach, and she's been just using what they've come up with because it's very Beachbody centric. So like, for example, here's like 21 Day Fix challenge group that they've put together. And it's like super, I mean, you're not like excited, and it's super, it's everything we talk about, like don't be Beachbody. But I think you can add in your own value in other places. If you want like great information, they have a ton of stuff in here. So this is pretty, it's pretty neat. So this is just all stuff. How to take your before photos, and then, away it goes. So these are just, there's one for every single program out there, which I think is pretty rad.
Another thing that you can do in this portal, which is awesome, is which is true for Facebook as well, but like you can pin your post to the top, which I think is what I'm going to start doing, is pinning my morning post to the top. And I think that because it's an app, it's different. I think in your app on your phone, that pinned post to the top actually does still show up at the top.
Right. Like if you pin a post in Facebook, you have to click pinned post to see it, which is kind of lame. But you can pin it here. Absolutely. Yeah. And then you can look at, these are your notifications just like normal. So I can see like who did, what, and away you go. And you can turn your notifications on your phone. You can't set up draft posts on your phone. You can't really add files. There's a couple of things I can't even figure out how to invite someone on my phone. I'm still learning that part, but I don't know if you've tried that.
No, I've only done it through the computer.
It just seems a lot easier, but it's really cool. So like,
do it from the phone.
What'd you say?
You can do it from the phone. I did it. I invited Nat yesterday to my own group.
But it's just really cool. So you can I don't know if you can see that, but like it's got your checklist. So like as a new person, like what's my starting weight? What's my measurements? And then the cool thing as their coach, you get to see all that information. So, that's pretty rad. And you can add video. You can, you can't go live, but you can even sort it by all coaches' posts. So once things start getting a little crazier, you can just be like, you could tell people like, hey, if you ever just want to hear what I have to say based on like tips or whatever, you can just change your thing to all coach posts. And bada bing, bada boom. That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I'm excited about it. I'm even more excited about all of your graphics that I can't wait to use. Because they're so cute, Kim.
You see the ones in the tribe today too?
I haven't even been in tribe today.
There's a whole bunch in there too. I started today.
Oh, I'll have to check. But no, just those ones that I saw from the challenge tracker situation. I want all of them. They're so cute.
How did you, can you go back to how you scheduled them on your computer? I was looking down and I missed where you showed it.
Yeah, hold on. Thank you, James. James says that the app is currently down because he's trying to get in on his tracker right now.
Hi, James.
Okay, so you go here to schedule drafts.
Yeah.
And then you just add post, and then you can add it all, and see right here you can say pin this post. So that's really rad.
Yeah.
You just pin that up there and away you go. I actually already had someone tell me that they like it better, and I'm like, what? No.
Who knows?
I don't know why.
We all love it.
What's that?
We all just might love it in an ironic twist. It's funny because Kim and I were kind of worried about, just learning something new, and we're all so busy, and we like Facebook. And then last night we both started playing with it, and then Kim texted me, like, in an unexpected twist of events, I might like it better. Like after we spent so much time.
I actually think I'm going to put Facebook tomorrow.
Yeah.
So how do you get it on your computer? Do you have to download it too?
No, you just go to, it's just a website. It's just mychallengetrackerportal.com.
I'm going to write that down.
mychallengetrackerportal.com.
Yeah, I just searched like Beachbody, my challenge
It
tracker.
pops right up.
Google, and it comes up.
It pops right up.
Do you know with this app, as you're pinning posts, so say when you schedule all your posts, you click on pin post. So does it prioritize your pin by like whatever's newest, or does it drop the old pin off?
It would drop the old pin off. Yeah.
Does Facebook do that too, or do you know?
Facebook does that too. If you pin a new post, then the other post is gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. I actually think I might like this better too. There's just so many more options in terms of like features and tracking that you can offer your challengers than you can on Facebook. You're kind of relying on if they choose to write things down or not versus it being like a requirement when you sign up.
Yeah,
And it's really clean.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I love that you can see when they've checked in and that you can like go to their own profile and see the last time they've even logged in to the app, which is like, so you know, like they haven't even like logged in 3 days, you know? So it's just cool. Like, I just love that like you have that visibility of like, I think we're going to be able to like support our people so much better, because especially as our groups are, you know, however many people, it's hard to like pay attention to like if one person drops off, and I think this is going to give us more visibility.
I think so too. I think it makes it really hard when people are, when you know, if all of a sudden, like sometimes I'll go back to whoever I've partnered people with, because I'll recognize one person. I'll be like, oh yeah, where did so-and-so go, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So,
do you guys have any questions in our last like 4 minutes together?
No, and I actually have to go. I need to eat dinner. I'm starving.
Okay. Bye, Nat. Thanks for jumping.
This has been great, though.
Yeah, it was nice to see your face.
bye.
Bye, girl.
Bye.
Bye. Jen, do you have any questions before we hop off?
Does anyone want Shakeology? Because since I was on my honeymoon, I have like double of my normal quantity.
Did I add you to the, are you in the coach group called TKO?
Yeah.
That's the best place to sell it.
Yeah. You can just post on there, like, does anyone need an extra bag of chocolate Shako? Like, I'll mail it to you, whatever. And then, like, people, because there's, like, thousands of people in that group, and so many people are like, yeah, I'll take it, just mail it, you know, and then they PayPal you, and then you mail it to them. It's easy.
Yeah.
So just do that so you can get rid of it. And, you know, get some money for
I
it.
have 4 bags.
Oh, geez.
Or, thanks. Oh, because you have 2. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, do that. Just go in that group and say, like, does anyone want it? Or you could even change your Shakeology order for the next couple months to, like, different Recover formula stuff and not get Shakeology. To, like, get, like, the PB. I think if you get, like, Recover and Energize, is that right, Kim? Like, if you get both.
So, yeah, for the to make sure you offset it.
So it's 2.
Yeah, so if you get Recover and Energize,
is enough.
that counts. And I love both. I drink both every day unless my workout's like, you know, Pilates or yoga, then I don't drink the Recover, but I drink the Recover and the Energize every day. So if you did that instead of your Shakeology, like you're still going to be an active coach and have enough PB, but then not be like drowning in Shakeology.
I mean, I love Shakeology, but that's a lot.
Yeah, and then you're going to, I don't like the feeling that like you would never be able to get ahead. You know.
That would kind of make me crazy.
Like overwhelmed. Yeah. So just sell it and then you do the Recover and Energize if you want to do that. So
Yeah.
So you can just, I'll look it up. I won't waste your time. I'll look it up.
you guys were so good at like our 45 minutes. Like I'm so proud of our calls.
We're doing great.
Yeah.
I need to send all these people an email that says, hey, FYI. I don't know what I'm going to do with a group of 44. That seems like a lot.
Really big.
It is. I mean, our groups have been the my last one was the one that's finishing this week is like 52.
It's just starting to take like an hour and a half to check in.
I know. That's my thing too. Man.
Like, and every once in a while I'll be like, maybe I'll just like stay on top of it throughout the day. No,
that's the worst. Then you miss posts.
Then I miss something and I'm like,
and then I feel like I just did it all day and I didn't finish, you know, I'm like, man, I just did this all day and I didn't.
I know, it's like a crapshoot either way.
Yeah.
Yep. Agreed.
I know Nat already hopped off, but should we take our picture?
Oh yeah. We lost 2. Who else did we lose?
Lauren.
Oh, that's right. Okay, hang on. Hold, please.
Yeah, good job, dude.
No, I'm hating my hair right now. I just want to chop it all off.
Where's Sarah tonight?
I don't know. I think she has family. She's also had like a really bad hormonal headache, post-baby hormonal headache for like over a month. So I think she's just worn out. Yeah. no joke when your hormones are surging and you can't really make them go away.
Not looking forward to that.
No, it's a new excitement.
Great.
So many joys of parenthood.
I got to drink
For at least a year, so.
right. That's okay because I went in today and I'm with a new doctor and you guys will appreciate this. And hang on, let me just take the photo because my finger's literally holding.
And we're like still recording.
Oh yeah, right. Let's stop recording. So, okay, ready?
We don't need to do this picture.
3. Okay, so first I'm going to